Last episode, we tried to supply our industry with some jobs, making these two little communities on either side of the industrial, but today we're going to be focusing our attention over here, where we are going to be building a large sports park and just a park in general for the citizens to enjoy. So, let's go. And your favorite version of A Guy with Hammer is here to voice over and explain what I am doing right now. So, I forgot to record me just placing down these baseball fields that I picked up off of Paradox Mods. They're really nice, and I kind of wanted to have them, have a focal point in the middle here. So, now I'm running an alley through here, just so that I can have a place for the, you see that those are pedestrian roads right here. I need a place for the cars to get to the parking lot here. And so that's what I'm using this alleyway for, so that they can turn left and kind of have a detour, and then they park, but then they can just walk right across to the baseball fields. I'm also bringing this road connection closer because, that's quite important. And then I am running a parking or a alley park. It's kind of hard to explain, but once I find it in this time lapse and figure out what I want to do, I place it right here. Then I run a one-way park, like pedestrian street here. People can walk, through it. Then this is a perfect spot. I can't talk. For my modern plaza that I picked up off of as well. And two parking lots to provide further parking, because who knows if street parking can be enough. And it's an American city, so it's just going to make sense that there's going to be a lot of parking. Now, originally what I was thinking was putting a path here and running it down. But then I was like, it would be kind of cool to kind of terrace it and level it off, and then have maybe a restaurant and some parks down here. So I run a pedestrian path down here. And actually this ends up getting turned into an alleyway later on, but it's nothing too important for the reason why. It's just there's parking lots in some of the assets, and so whatever. I might turn it into a two-way road, or something like that, or just keep it as a pedestrian road. I don't know. I have it as an alleyway as I'm recording this. Start off, tennis courts are going to be a key player here, along with some basketball courts. Can never go wrong with these. I think it just makes sense. Give them a little walk before they get ready to play. And right here, I'm like, oh, maybe I can just terrace all this and I can just level it all out now. But I think there's a height limit on the retaining wall, which kind of stinks. And this terrain glitch was driving me insane this whole episode, by the way, so yeah, just beware. Eventually I kind of get the idea of maybe I should just move this whole highway over a little bit. That way I just have a little bit more space for these restaurant things. And then I redraw this road. Okay, goes to plan. I think we're looking good. Then I placed everything else down. There's a lot of jank with this terrain, invisible terrain glitch. That is definitely and obviously frustrating me a lot. And I try not to let it drive me insane, but eventually I just call a mulligan at the end of this and just, do whatever I need to do to fix this. But I like the idea of this area, it being away from the more dense and probably louder park area, down a step into a place where you can, play basketball, walk your dog, because we're adding dog park right there. But then you can also go out for a nice bite to eat with a friend, and so I thought that this was an awesome addition to the build, in my opinion. Next, I'm just looking for other stuff to do, which I'm putting this athletic field. Now, I forgot to do this, but I have to fix the surface because there's a soccer field in the middle of it, as you can see. But I think the grass surface that they used, I might have accidentally forgot to, like, you know, download it as well. So either I have to download it, or I might just go in and add that myself because it's kind of prominent and very obvious and bugging me right now. That's okay. Right now I'm just trying to get in some more parks, so specifically a soccer field right here. I'm gonna move that park over to give more green space, but also more parking space because, I mean, I'm American. Never get enough of parking. The big park by me has a lot of parking. Parking in a park. But yeah, it just has a lot of parking, and so yeah. I'm also adding an extra soccer field, which I think is going to make it nice. And I'm also smoothing out this grade more, because I think the cliffs kind of make the invisible terrain glitch worse, and you know, invisible terrain is just not something that I like. It's important. I just want to have these small little parking lots just because they'll just make it easier in general, and more parking lots as well. You can tell that I don't know how to fill space other than parking lots, but we are gonna add a telecom tower because I was like, you know what, there's not really any hills to put this on, you know, like I can climb up the big foresty hill, or I can just put it next to the soccer field. No one's gonna complain about noise pollution there. So I finished that normal park area, and now it's just plopping down buildings, plopping down a neighborhood right here that is gonna, you know, supply jobs a little bit to some of the parking area, but also the shopping center. And by the way, I kind of break the jobs again, so the industrial and downtown area have no jobs. Don't worry, I kind of have a plan for it. It's gonna be loco, right? But it's something called low rent housing, and I think you know, I think we're at that time that we're gonna start needing low rent housing. So we're just using Southwest homes here, nothing too complicated, and I think this would be like a really like put together suburban community, just because there's enough space, you know, in between Blackthorn Avenue and this area. There's just enough space for a nice road with a few cul-de-sacs. So if you live here, you know, I don't know, it's probably a pain to get out of here. And there's 3 lights for this. Honestly, I don't know what I'm thinking half the time when I'm building. When I'm not recording, I take my time more in not detailing, because I don't really detail a lot when I'm, you know, not recording. But with my road layouts and stuff, I don't think there needs to be 3 lights going into the park. And also the thing, maybe 2, maybe, not 3. Also, elementary school, I looked at the capacity and I was like, nice like little suburban elementary school that can serve this specific neighborhood. Because if you think about it, there's probably 300 people living on this like thin neighborhood here, and there's probably 250 capacity for students, so it's going to be understaffed, but maybe people from Blackthorn can come to school here. But this is really all that I'm building today, and pretty soon we're going to be transitioning into detailing, which also doesn't take that much of anymore because of our beautiful update with the terrain tools. So I'll let you guys relax and get a break from my voice as I detail. sorry if I scare you, but we're wrapping up now, and I just want to say this city has been going great so far, and I thank you all for support. But this was great, but we still got to tackle a little bit of unemployment, but honestly I think that'll ease out as we expand. But take a look at this build. I think it looks great. Thank you for watching to the end if you did. Subscribe and join the Discord. See ya.